Building that positive classroom community can impact behavior in your classroom all year long. So that's why I have 3 quick ways for you to build that positive community in your class starting day 1. Let's go. The first recommendation or tip that I have for starting to build that community starts with something as simple as your student's desk plate, but having their names and a personal note that I put on a sticky. And sometimes the sticky note would have a prompt, and I would have them reply to the prompt on a sticky note. Printing them on sticky notes like this lets me mass print. I also would have a very personal note, and this is my favorite way to start with your student's nameplate. Having a mass amount of these printable sticky notes addressed to your students, that makes them feel special. As soon as they come in your classroom, they see their name on the desk, that's theirs, and a special note from the teacher. This can start building that relationship and that classroom community with your kiddos right away. Easy peasy. The second way that I like to start building classroom community is having a packet, like a back to school activity packet, already on my student's desk, spiral bound, and it's a twofold win-win for me and the students, not just for building classroom community, but also managing that morning routine, keeping things from getting too crazy. But here's what I like to start off with that helps build that relationship. Right away, the student answers a questionnaire that helps me get to know them better. And it also kind of helps us like make that connection with each other because I have information about me on the board. And then they can continue on with their self-portrait. It's also with built-in early finisher, because if some students are still working on their questionnaire, others have already finished quickly, they can move on in the packet to keep going with all the different things that are in the packet. So they can tell me right away, they can show me what they did over the summer, because I want to hear about their summer break, and even more details about what they did. So this helps us get to know each other, and it infuses those procedures and routines into like right away into our classroom management routine. And then within that same packet, I always include a page for them to write me a letter or tell me things that they want to know. By having all of these pages in a convenient booklet, it gives them the opportunity to get started right away. It's no prep for me because all I have to do is print, get the book, all the pages bound together, have this on their desk when they come in. So this is my second favorite way to start building that classroom community, which leads into the third way I like to build that community, starting with the first day of school. My third favorite way to build classroom community is with classmate scavenger hunts. I absolutely love these. In fact, I love these so much that I use them all year long for all different holidays and occasions. If you've never heard of classmate scavenger hunts, maybe you've heard of Find a Friend Who, but the concept is I give students like a board, it looks like a bingo board almost, where they move around the classroom and they get initials from their classmates that match whatever is on their board. So find a friend who plays video games, who plays an instrument, who has a sibling, all these different things. And I also have like get to know you and a back to school version, because not only am I using these to help us get to know each other, but I'm also using these while teaching and modeling procedures about my expectations, like, all right, we're gonna complete this, but also practice where we turn in our work when we finish. Or we're gonna complete this to get to know each other and build community, but we're also gonna be practicing the procedure of how to move around the classroom appropriately. All those different procedures that I like to start on day one. But for classroom community building, these scavenger hunts are the chef's kiss. Students love completing them. I also participate with them in this, moving around the room with them. This is an excellent way to build classroom community. Print, go, have them move around and get initials. And it's so much fun to see them make those connections right away. These are ideas that can easily be implemented on day one. They don't take hardly any prep, which is perfect because you're so busy as a teacher for back to school. But of course, using these personalized desk nameplates, having some sort of a packet that includes get to know you, procedures, rules, and a fun kind of get to know you activity. These are all things that start on day one to build your community, but it's not like you're just gonna stop there with your classroom community building ideas. What do you have planned for the first week of school? Well, I have an entire video that dives into more ideas on first week of school, back to school activities, not just for the beginning of the school year, but even when you need a refresher, like after a long winter break. All of these ideas would work even for something like coming back from spring break. So check out the video that I have for you to continue building that strong class community. And I hope to hear from you in the comment section. Subscribe, share this out. And remember, you are going to have a great school year, my friend.